Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Nate's Pink Bookshelf. My name is Naze, for those of you who are new to the channel or who just happen to stumble across this video. And today's video is going to be my Tome Topple Round 9 wrap-up. If you have not seen my TBR, click the eye on the screen to go watch that. I meant to say on this side, but click the eye on the screen to go watch that. And yeah, so let's just dive in. I will say at the very beginning that this round was not the best for me. Round 8 was 10 times better. But that is because I had my first speaking engagement at a church during a sermon for a youth service, and the month of November was basically very, very hectic in me writing and preparing my sermon and what I was going to say. So that's where my mind was. So I didn't really get the chance to read as much as I wanted to. Of the 2 books that I had on my TBR set to actually complete, I only completed 1, which I was happy about, but when I have goals for reading, I try to stick to them. But this month was acceptable because I had a lot going on. But let's dive in, starting off with the first prompt, which was to read more than 1 tome. And with this, like I said earlier, I didn't get a chance to complete all of the books, but I did read 3. I completed 1, and I'm still in 2 of the books as of now. Moving on to the second prompt, which was to read the tome that's been on your TBR the longest, and the third prompt, which is to read a tome that is a part of a series. So for those 2 prompts, I went with The Way of Shadows by Brent. This was so good. I gave it a 4-star rating. I enjoyed the entire ride of reading this book, especially the end. Those last few chapters just gave you so much craziness and so many twists and turns, and I enjoyed it so much. This is adult high epic fantasy. I'm not really sure the subgenres of fantasy, but I believe it's either high epic or both. Not sure. But I totally enjoyed it. This follows Azoth when he is very young, and he lives in the slums in the Warrens, and he is a guild rat, and he is not happy with his life. He wants to change. So with the help of his friends Jarl and Doll Girl, he goes out to seek Brent, who is a well-known wet boy. He is the most famous wet boy. He is just the baddest wet boy. And a wet boy basically is an assassin with magical abilities. But their magic is called talent. I'm still a little bit confused on the magic system. I enjoy the magic system, but I'm still trying to get a handle on it, per se. But, so he goes to try to apprentice him. And eventually, after some craziness ensues, he gets to apprentice him, and he has to change his name to Kyler Stern. And it's basically him learning to become a wet boy. Now, he is a very, very quick learner. And Kyler is very, very smart and amazing, and I enjoy Kyler so much, and he has to go through so many hardships to become one of the best wet boys out there, and it is so good. It is so, so good. I definitely enjoyed it. I loved Doll Girl. I loved Jarl, Elaine. We love Logan. Logan is amazing. I feel like Kyler and Logan are meant to be best friends. We love Count Drake. Brent, come on. How can you not love Brent? Come on. And that surprise at the end concerning the Shinga, I wasn't expecting that. This was good. I'm definitely excited to pick up the sequel, which I do have right here, which is Shadow's Edge. This is book 2, and there is a 3rd book to this. I can't wait. But I read it, enjoyed it, I completed it, so moving on. The 4th prompt was to read a tome that's in a genre that you usually don't read. And for me, that is more of the horror kind of genres, the suspense, thriller, crime section. So I went with something that was more mystery, suspense, thriller, crime. And for that, I went with The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg, Larson. Now, I have watched the movie. I have never read the book. So I decided to read the book and then watch the movie. However, I am listening to the audiobook on my phone through the Libby app, which is from Overdrive. And I made it to chapter 8, which is about 22% of the way through. I still have a way to go. I'm enjoying the audiobook so much because reading this, I found that I was getting bored just because of the way that it's written. It's just, I don't know. It's something with the writing style I just can't get with. But listening to it, it's really great. I'm loving Bloomfist so far. And right now, he's just finding out what happened with Harriet and how her grandfather has been receiving these flowers years after she had died. So far, I'm really enjoying it. We have that. The last prompt was to read an adult novel, and for that, I went with Warbreaker by Brent and Sanderson. Now, originally, this was a standalone, but there is a sequel coming out to this. I'm not sure how many books is going to be in the series, but I started this. I got up to chapter 13, so 133 pages through. right? 133. Yes. And oh my god, I'm loving this. First of all, I am loving Siri. Siri is amazing. I feel like Siri is going to be a very powerful person. Just down the line. The God King is very, very interesting. Especially concerning Siri. I'm interested to see how that works out. What is his name? Light Song? I think that's his name, Light Song. He cracks me. Yeah, Light Song cracks me up. Every time he pops up in this book, I'm laughing because he is so comical. He is a god, and he's just hilarious. Now, this book is very interesting in that they have this thing called breath, which is basically their magic force. That's like your life force. It's magic, but it's your life force, and those who they call gods are returned, so they're basically people that died and came back. It's a little weird. I'm still trying to get a hang on their magic system in this book, but I'm really loving it. What is his name? Vasher? Yeah, Vasher is kick butt with Nightblood. Oh, Nightblood is so hilarious to me. I'm enjoying this book so far. I can't wait to finish it because it is very, very good. And I want to see what happens with Vivenna and Vasher and Siri and the God King, because I'm curious to know more about this God King. Like, the God King, the reason why he becomes the king of the gods is because he's basically a person that was stillborn and then returned. So he died in his mother's womb and came back. And Siri's sister Vivenna was charged to marry the God King to keep the treaty going, but then her father, King Dedelin, didn't want that to happen, and so he sent Siri, which is the youngest of I think 5 or 4 children, to the God King. And it's just, yeah, I'm loving it so far. Totally enjoying this book. However, my book, as you can see, there was a major problem with my book. It started ripping out in like the earlier pages, so I had to literally tape like the first, how many pages is this? The first 14 pages started ripping out, and it hasn't done that so far. After that, yeah, this one is coming out too, so I'm gonna have to tape that. But they have been coming out, so now when I close my book, it looks like this, which is annoying. So I may just cut the extra like pages that's sticking out. I don't know, but overall, I'm enjoying this book. I did have 3 other books on my list that I did want to try to read if I was able to complete the ones that I wanted to, which were Mistborn by Brent and Sanderson. I wanted to try out Shadow of Night, by Deborah Harkness, and The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. But I may just save those for the next Tome Topple, and hopefully during that next Tome Topple, I'll be able to read a lot more like I want to, because this round just wasn't as good. But I read 3, completed 1 book, and I'm content with how things went, considering I had a really crazy month. And I'm excited to finish up the other 2 books because they're really, really good. Like I said, I'm listening to The Girl with Dragon Tattoo via Libby audiobook, and I'm enjoying it so much. It is amazing. But I think that's it for now, for this video. So, if you did do Tome Topple and you have a wrap-up video, or you did a TBR video, or anything related to Tome Topple Round 9, let me know, because I'm interested. Just leave your links down below. And, yeah, if you are not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And if you are, click the bell to stay notified. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!